It's a bonus. As you know, I could speak the way I speak. To start with, I was never a businessman. I came to business by default. So, but businessmen are people that young people must look at. Those are the true role models. Stories of uqala, golahlobo bichazwa apha kubutpit. That is the only way. You are not going to take the children forward if you are going to make them bapointe apha kubantu abanjengoko Khusta Jack, who use mostly inantsika intellect at a time when the conditions were good. But now there's so many people who got that intellect. Go 90, you must remember, most of the comrades did not like business. Ne? So, whatever I got, I managed to retain. Remember, in business, it's about retention, accumulation, and retention. Because it doesn't help you anything in the oba when they imali, tomorrow you've got nothing to show. So that is very important. So Zabuguti, you do have examples. They don't have to be millions. We don't have to have a Rupert. They were born out of a number of little failing Ruperts. Oh, who's this guy? Abba Soros. That everybody, Charles Bronson, and I don't count him, he's not a conventional businessman. But people like Alan Sugar and other big businessmen, they came through the normal process of, on the road, you see the destruction of little businessmen wannabe. It has to happen if we are going to produce a Stephen at the end of it, if we are going to produce a Rupert at the end of it. You can't hope that everything is about right from the word go. It doesn't work like that in the world of business. In the world of business, you must not wait. I'm a loser, I can't get there because andikwazi uthetha, dihamba slow, andikhomhle, hey! You don't know what you are talking about. A businessman, the only thing that sets you apart from others is resilience, perseverance. Ukuncekelela lento uyenzayo. Uthi uthengisa peanuts apha and you know umntana kusanda uzalwa, what you want to do is to thengisa peanuts in such a way that you will be able to send your child at Oxford. You take that decision. On the first day, when you have the dream that you were trained for, it doesn't matter what it is. Just make sure into ukuthi lento uthi ufuna uyenza up to the point you drop it. Do it to the best of your ability. And then if you fail, you know you failed after you have given all what you have. Then the next thing comes. Do you know it's a practice? It's a training for what is going to take you to where you want to be. I always advise people, ulindele uba ufuna uthenga indlu eGrand, awufuna ukuthenga igagagaga lendlu, uyawuhlala unaphakathi ungenandlu forever. Whereas if you start to buy igxox lendlu ngoku, I can assure you in 10 years' time, you will have a proper house. In 20 years' time, you'll have a house of your dreams. But because you want to see yourself at the perfect house, if that happened, uzawubuyela unfortunately, unceremoniously back to where you were supposed to be in the first period. Now that I was going to talk about unity, unity in business, but there's no need because I'm talking to abantu who are going to come into business. Rather, declare quickly, without wasting time, points of success. You must exercise. And don't worry about setbacks. And if you believe in the because now you got a certificate, you got a bandabazi, you president, you into Zams is out. To Zams of Dulangap. Wait, nothing. You are going to go. You are going to go still the same rough road in Ameva. Who says okay? It's not going to change your road because bekukho zipeqengeshe kwathina nine-certificate, you are still going to be humiliated. Usezawugxekwa. So, yo, ufuna ntoni lo? He, uqala, yena, hayi, still, nako kwenkawuthela, oh, naye na ufuna uba ngudondolo. Ndizawuba nguye, say it. Ndizawuba ngudondolo kakade. Ndizawuba nguye. What are you going to do? And butsho ne, you are guaranteed you are going to be him. But if uyayifika xa unentloni, because you never committed to anything, you never said anything to anyone, so you don't have a commitment. A commitment can only come in your belief and confidence in what you want to achieve. You must work hard. Abantwana bam ke, when they were at school, when I told them, even babesenza into ye-band, I used to feel so good when they sweat, when they did, yes, yeah. But Daddy, what's wrong with you? You always believe that we must suffer in order to, Yabona Jongan, that is the only way you're going to do your thing perfectly. But, when you train, any one of you knows, no matter how fit you are, whether you train banina, every exercise that will make a meaning in your life is going to be painful. It's going to be a pain. Okay? For as long as Muhammad Ali says, Muhammad Ali, I start to count once I start to feel the pain. Jeba when ubale before utope 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So pain. Muhammad Ali, once the pain sets in, I start to say 1, 2, 3. So hard work is important. Appreciate what you do, excel in what you are doing, and work with what you have. Leyo ba ulindele into koba hayi unomuntu osebhisho and lo bhuti man ungathi uthetha into evakalayo man. Hayi lo bhuti uhamba ngeBMW njena hayi uyavakala man into yakhe. Into zami zizawulunga. Forget it. Work with what you have. Ubuthengisa amaqanda. Thengisa amaqanda. Okay? What you tell yourself namhlanje kule veki zawuthengisa amaqanda idozen eziyi-4. And next week ndifuna nje kongezeke idozen eziyi-4.5. Kwelandelayo zibe yi-5 idozen ziphelele. That's how you grow. That growth is confidence. What you do, you know. Confidence and also be yourself all the time. Ungazijikajiki apha. Uba ngomntu osisthethi njengami ugqatsiwe, suzenza ugqatsiwe awunguye. Just stay where you are, be who you are. Because awungogqatsiwe. You are not meant for that. There's a place for you that is so important you don't know. But because that's how you are. Tina yazi i-secretary uzaba ku-Stephen nalamadoda unansi ku-president lona u-secretary we-company. Ndingafa fim nabantu kuthiwa manje beku-secretary we-company. Funeka ndibhale ungathi nokuthi hayi mani wena uyaphazama mani. Yinto loyithetha funeka uhlala uthi cwaka. That's how the nature, they are good. They know what they are doing. They know what to pick up. Abahambi nomkhiba umuntu agcuphuleke nje. But yes, that's how your nature. But uzofaka umuntu onjenge Khusta Jack phaya othanda uthetha. Kaloku unceba apha wabuya apha ufuna unansika. Unomsindo because there was a lull. How can this umzabalazo be so slow? He comes from prison. But he also knew ukuthi umna cannot be used in an armed struggle. Uthi kuman be involved kwinto yokugibisela okanye mhlawumbe ufika kwegrenade nento. Because the next thing umna ngomso uzawucapukisa ibhulu ndikhwele ebhasini ndicela abantu uba inene zalibonsela bhulu kufika isitokwe segrenade just last week. I'm going to blow them into pieces. You don't use abantu abanjalo. You use abantu abafana nale nansika bentela ngayo le secretary, an accountant, an architect, something like that. Not umuntu onjengam. Umna there's no way. Ndikaske ndixola uyobanjwa ke bande ndife ndingenzanga nix. Ndiyobalisa ba inene sawa blowisha. Izixhobo ziphaya kumadwarha. Umandla yabo You must always be honest, deliver on the promises, and try to train. Yabona ke dizekulanda yomhlaba uSteve bethela ngayo. On the issue of the land, ne? The land is an asset, ne? Land is an asset. Whatever asset ongayithatha emntwini uyinike umuntu, if that person is not trained, is not equipped to deal with that asset, you are wasting your time. We, in Uganda, Stephen gave you the example of the land there. I've been there myself and traveled the whole country to see the devastation eyenziwa Idi Amin when he kicked out the Indian people, Asian people. What happened? He tried to give the businesses to Ugandans. All those businesses, they failed. Whoop! All right? Because it doesn't help to give people an asset unless you train them. And you can give them. We must be given land. There is a land reform, land redistribution, and land restitution. All of that is in the Constitution. Up to now, we have failed to do what is in the Constitution. And you want me to believe, Indoba, if you make another law, you're going to make my life any easier. I'll be a monkey to believe you. For me, perfecta kala what we have. Of course, the land must be reformed, that section, insofar as the issue dealing with the land where arrogancy of the farmers, as they did here in the Glendaya Sema Somerset in Credo. What they did, they inflated the prices with some politicians. And as a result, that is what angered. For a farm that would have cost you 4 million, they paid almost 50 to 100 million rands. That's what they did there. And then those farms, they sent them back to those farmers and they rented them for 500 rand a year. Yeah, so that is the kind of thing that is wrong. But what they can do now is to make sure that when the government needs land for a specific purpose, this is my last point to the argument, when the government identify land, for example, in the Sundays River, in the Gamtus River, or a Langkloof area, or in the areas of Craddock, Noma Nansika, Noma Bedford, where livestock, inkomo, beef cattle is the best in those areas. The government could demarcate the areas there and pay people for what they have done to develop that land and put black aspirant farmers there. And then we can go forward. But if you're going to just take land like that, it's not going to take us anywhere. There's no miracle to that. Anyone can see it's not going to take us anywhere. But let's wait until I know, for example, that the ANC, the ANC after the election, then is our is going to say what I'm telling you. But for now, because of the EFF, it has no choice because it has to say, let it have. By the way, because he told me nobody's land is going to be taken, project. No, man, you are misinterpreting us. Did you misinterpret? You say you're going to take land. I'm buying a property now in Cape St. Francis Bay. All right? That's my property I'm buying. According to, if you make the law is not going to say for white people and so on. That means that if they take my land, they will take that property of mine too. And so on and so on. As long as property is sinazo, they will take it. So don't think ukwabizanga for into ongayaziyo, because at the end of the day, that's what will happen. But Ngozi assures me, nobody's land will be taken, project. We have spoken to the Stellenbosch farmers, and the Stellenbosch farmers understand our story. It's just that the ANC missed. Okay. But I know after the election, we'll go back and talk nicely about this thing. Forget about it. With those, but anyway, I think, yes, Khadi, work with these people you got here. Don't think of other people. Work with these people you got. Unceba knows Nomanka. Umanka knows that we built an organization when we used to be 5 people attending. And everybody said, aye. And yani we felt when we were to ourselves, hey, people were not believing us, But with ukwenza lento right, we saw ourselves drawing hundreds and thousands and thousands and thousands of people. But so what I'm trying to say, don't be discouraged. Nonke, whatever you are going to do, if it's right, izaba nobunzima phakathi. It's not going to be easy. When you succeed, nobody is going to say, oh, thank you very much, Mr. So-and-so. We are going to have excuses to criticize Mr. Dondolo or whoever, but there must be somebody who succeed amongst us if we are going to succeed. And we have to support that person who succeeds because we want to succeed. If we don't support the one who succeeds, we are all going to fall back. There was a clever Nonkala who knew how to get out the Bekile. So this Nonkala says, but no, man, I got a plan. Wakwela pes go by wabizo Nonkala, Kasapa Nonkala, Kasapa Mtagwe to Kasap, Wakwela pes go, watching in Nansigayak. Hey, he was about to go. No, I'm sorry. And they did that all the time until Baba Shushu, Bapupa Bonke Panga Pagat. So it means that when you don't want anybody to succeed, that is what will happen to us. If we want to succeed, Bandwana Basekai, we need to support Americans. Why do America succeed? Americans, when you start your nonsense, they say everything. But once you succeed, they say, hey, it's a cool kid. You know? Tina, we want to have all kinds of excuses. He was born Pansigweliche, Gumdana Wencha, Gumdana Wendweti. Where does that count when you succeed? You succeeded. Thank you very much.